Welcome to Get Your Bell Rung Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, KG. With me tonight, the one and only WCW veteran, author of Looking Up at the Lights. I'm talking about Robbie. I know. And also joining us is the Wrestling Hall of Famer, the WCW and WWE, WWF at the time veteran, none other than the Cooker, Bob Cook. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing very well.
Doing great. Yeah, can't complain, man. Trying to fix something on Facebook. Guess it's not going to happen. Fucked that up already. Anyway, guys, man, last night, Monday Night Raw, it was AJ Styles, dedicated to AJ Styles, his retirement. Some good things that happened last night. I guess let's just say some lows the last night as well. Overall, I'm not going to complain. Overall, it was a decent show. Bob, your thoughts overall on the show?
I believe it was a decent show. I'm going to admit, as a 62-year-old man who loves professional wrestling, who loves Robbie Idol, who loves you, got emotional during that AJ Styles stuff. That stuff always gets to me.
You know what? I would be lying to you both if I said that at that moment, during that stuff, the thought didn't come through my head. God damn it. I wish my wife would have dusted this house better because it's getting in my eyes. It's like my eyes water a little bit.
I don't even like onions, but I was cutting onions during the show. It's weird.
Yeah. Robbie, was it very emotional?
Decent show. And at the end, yes, I right along with you guys. I was tearing up too. It was, you felt for the guy. It was just a great moment,
Yeah.
And I love that. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Bob.
I love that music video to the Creed song because I love Creed. I know Robbie does too. Well, he probably doesn't, but we have a difference of opinion when it comes to music.
A very different.
I like music and he likes. It's not even called music, but he likes it. That's fine.
Bob, I love you, man. You're someone that I consider like a brother. But when it comes to music taste, I'm right there with Robbie. I like the hard stuff. I like Avenged Sevenfold and all those other guys like that. But I also like Creed.
There you go.
Creed as well. Don't get me wrong. If I was going to in the days of going to a store to buy a CD, which that doesn't exist anymore. But in those days,
really,
I wouldn't be going by a Creed CD. Don't get me wrong, but I hear one of their songs on the radio. I'm not necessarily turning it either. Didn't mind it, but I did like the video as well. Let's get into it. The show opened up. It opened up with Michael Cole and Corey Graves celebrating Styles' legendary career, and then of course, what do we get? We get Gunther. Now, I found myself last night after what happened in that segment being like, God damn it, I'm going to agree with Bob. As far as the one time I'm agree with Bob that this was boring, but it wasn't because of Gunther.
What?
Let me tell you, I think Gunther coming out was great. I think
he came out? I thought he was married. I thought he was married. Oh, wait.
Mocking the celebration of AJ Styles was also great. What I thought got boring though was Dragon Lee. I have no interest in this Dragon Lee Gunther feud at all. Dragon Lee's a fine competitor. I'm just not a fan. Start with you, Bob. Where are you at with the segment?
Well, my feelings on Gunther. I thought he was boring as hell and his delivery was crap. But the thing is, he does the same thing every week, so which makes it boring. But him bragging about retiring Goldberg or retiring Cena when that was the purpose of their matches anyways, for Christ's sake. Cena said this was his last match, and Goldberg said it was his last match.
Right. Well, honestly, though, I don't blame that on Gunther. This is something WWE,
I know,
especially Michael Cole, has been fucking pushing. And I've been saying it from the get-go. Look, have him actually end a few careers by retirement matches. Like if I lose this match, I can give AJ Styles. Other than that, you can't claim that you're the guy that ended the fucking careers because regardless if they would have lost, their career was ending. Robbie?
Yeah, I totally agree. And like Corey Graves, I can't stand the dude anyway. So, but him, He's and you know what, Shivani and Cole and
Shivani.
I know, right? Cole and Graves together remind me of Shivani and whoever on AEW, just a different version. But saying the thing, oh, he's ended careers. No, two of them were retiring anyway. So, well, even AJ was retiring. So, come on. Like Bob said, granted, it's what the
WWE
is telling them to say it, but it's old, and it did. Those guys were on their way out anyway. So
right. Well, I will give him AJ Styles just because that's part of the storyline.
Right.
Yes, he was. Well, and look, in the world of professional wrestling to begin with, anyone that's putting up their career, saying if we lose, then of course that means if they are retiring, then no one really retires somebody. But in the storyline, I will give him that. Terry Zeller says, "Hello, gentlemen." Terry, thank you for joining us. Miss Granny Hulkster says, "Hello, everyone." She is watching. I really appreciate that, guys. I appreciate both of you so much, regular viewers of this show. As Gunther heads up the aisle, he is attacked by Dragon Lee, leading up to a chaotic brawl before security separates them. And of course, you have the Raw GM just yelling, losing his mind. I could have went without that. Backstage, we go to once again Adam Pearce telling Gunther that he politely needs to fucking go. And then we see Cody Rhodes leading to Cody Rhodes coming to the ring. He addresses the crowd, honoring AJ Styles as wrestling royalty and reflecting on his impact on the industry. The Vision interrupts with Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Bronson Reed talking about Reed winning, and talking about Elimination Chamber. All this leads to the match with the men's Elimination Chamber. Jey Uso, Bronson Reed against the original El Grande Americano. Guys, this segment with Cody Rhodes, and it was what it was. The big takeaway here, again, the men's Elimination Chamber, man, the Vision can't catch a break. Bronson Reed sound like he tore muscle in his arm during that match. Think of it this way, right now, the original version of the Vision, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, all three of them are now out. All three of them, it's possible they may miss WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, I think he's going to make WrestleMania. Bronson Reed now, Braun Breaker, not so much. Go to you first, Robbie.
That's you feel bad for those guys, that they're hurt. They got hurt. Unfortunately, injuries are part of wrestling. But you do feel bad for the guys because that's what you look forward to all year. That's their Super Bowl, right. And and then to get hurt, it sucks for those guys, and you feel bad for them.
Yeah, Bob, man, you want to talk about bad luck? Again, all three original members of the Vision now out. We're left with Logan Paul and
Austin Theory.
Funny, we're left with two of the better wrestlers in the group. So,
wow.
Hey, I feel bad too. I'm not a Bronson Reed fan, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Right.
Geez.
Yeah.
Like Robbie said, it's probably a decent payday. WrestleMania, probably a great payday. Well, I don't know, since the new, pay thing with back in the old whatever pay-per-view days they used to. Anyways, right. But I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
I've been watching at nighttime a lot. I've gone to on Netflix to the WrestleMania Vault, and I've been watching it. I started with Ric Flair's retirement match, or the WrestleMania with Ric Flair's retirement match, and I've kind of been going down. And look, this is why I don't call myself a wrestling historian, because I have such a bad memory, right? I originally thought that CM Punk, until last year, hadn't ever been in WrestleMania. For some reason, I don't know why I thought that. I just did. And going back and watching the Wrestling Vault, I know I was wrong. CM Punk has been, WrestleMania. He's just never main evented, but he's been part of WrestleMania. Again, that's why I don't say, oh, I'm this bigger story. And I don't even call myself a mega fan as much as I love professional wrestling because I just have shit memory. I couldn't tell you, who was in WrestleMania 18. My favorite match. I don't know. I have to go back to rewatch it.
Hulk Hogan and The Rock.
Yeah. But, good times watching WrestleMania. And it is a big thing. A lot of these people, man, I feel bad because you could tell they're on another level for WrestleMania. It's their Super Bowl, if you will. So to have these three guys out, yeah, hopefully Seth Rollins will be back. I think Seth Rollins is the guy in the mask, so I think he's definitely going to be back. But Brian Breaker, Bronson Reed, I don't think there is a chance that they're going to be back. Penelope Paradise, I'm glad you were able to finally get your stuff, your comment through. He says, what are they going to do? This is a big show. You're right. It sucks.
Let's all sing happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to you. It's her birthday.
No, happy birthday, Penelope Cruz. I am going to give you the best.
27 years old.
Happy birthday, Penelope, even though you did years ago hit me in the head with a flower pot.
And bit your butt. She bit your butt.
I will give you the best birthday present I could possibly give you, and that's by not singing to you.
Well, that's true.
Next, guys, we go backstage to the mystery crate again. Oh, by the way, sorry, Jey Uso wins that Elimination Chamber qualification match. Let's talk about that for a second, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't dislike Jey Uso, but I would prefer to see something different, like El Grande Americano even in the Elimination Chamber versus Jey Uso. Bob, Jey Uso, do you care if you won or not? Did you prefer to see someone different?
The only reason they let Jay win is because they're sick, they're tired, they're looking at their screens, they're sick and tired of his dad bitching and moaning when his kid doesn't get his way, or when he doesn't think his kid gets his way, or when he thinks his kid should get a different way. Fuck Rikishi.
You stole it right out of my mouth. That's literally what I was going to say next. Robbie, man, were you okay with Jay winning, or did you want to see something different?
No, I would have. Understand he got hurt. I would have rather seen Bronson Reed or even El Grande America. Yes, I just, no, I kind of agree with Bob.
Yeah. Now, by the way, we talked about Bronson Reed being injured. Did you guys see the spot where he got injured?
No.
Of all spots for this poor guy to get injured, you would think it was one of the spots where someone the least chance of him getting injured, breaking up a pin. It's when he kind of jumped over to break up that pin. I think it was Jey Uso actually trying to get the pin on. I think El Grande Americano landed the wrong way in that arm. It's a small move like that. That's why, guys, I get so defensive when I'm talking about professional wrestling with non-wrestling fans. I'm like, look, this is not ballet. These guys really do get fucking hurt. This is something that's very, very hard on their body. Every bump, I think, what did they say, Bob? Every bump is like being in a car accident.
Well, that's an exaggeration, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, but it depends on what it is, though.
What I would like to say, though, if this guy Bronson Reed was a man like that man there, Robbie Ito, he'd be at WrestleMania because Robbie Ito tore his spice up with Cactus Jack and was back in the show a week later.
He did, and you guys can find that story on his book. But this is the thing. This is also
that's not something smart to do. You should let it heal. You should get it repaired, but he didn't, and it's all torn still. Look,
yeah, but Bob, look. I stopped questioning. No offense, Robbie. I love you like a brother too bad, but I stopped questioning his intelligence or common sense. Not intelligence, common sense. When I read in a book about him taking over 21 goddamn aspirin just so he could bleed. At that point, I'm like, okay, common sense is out the window. So.
Well, he just took bad advice from Tommy Rich.
Well, Tommy didn't say take 20 to 25 aspirin a day. Tommy said he took 10 for a week. He didn't say do it for a month either.
Oh, jeez.
Right. Penelope Paradise says, what wrestlers don't get hurt? You're right. You're right. There's been a few. Well, The Miz has been hurt very often. Bret Hart used to brag throughout his career that he wasn't injured until he came across Goldberg, that is, and Goldberg kind of took care of that. Anyway, guys, we go backstage to this goddamn mystery crate again. Now, at first, I thought maybe that this was going to be Jericho, as stupid as it sounds. But apparently, and there's no way of confirming this unless you work for AEW, which I don't. I don't have any contacts, no real contacts for AEW. But it is out there that all this time that Jericho has missed with AEW, they froze his contract, where his contract is supposed to end at the end of December, that it won't now. He has to fulfill those commitments. The reason why I kind of believe that is because we've seen AEW do this before. We've seen him actually did this with Penta and Penta's brother. Because of their injuries, they had to finish out that contract. They didn't let them out early, or they didn't allow that contract to end. Guys, any guess? I know there's no way of knowing, but let's have a little bit of fun. Robbie, I know. Is it a gobbledygook? Is it Chris Jericho? What's up with this crate, man?
It's I'm telling you, it's John Moxley. They're going to form the Shield. They're going to form the Shield again at WrestleMania.
Maybe it's Bob Cook. Bob, yeah. Are you in that crate?
No, it's Dr. Frank from the old Memphis Wrestling. If you know what I'm talking about. Real wrestling historians will know what I mean. No, it's Terry Funk. It would be Terry Funk Chainsaw Charlie.
You know, maybe the young Kg Landry, when I was a little kid, back when I used to sit down in front watching Mid-South or Georgia Championship Wrestling, I would be excited about that crate. Got to be honest, guys, I don't give a rat's ass about this crate because I'll tell you why. I have been watching professional wrestling long enough to know that more times than not, you see something like this, and I said this before, you put that bar way up here, you're excited, it's going to be something awesome, and then the bar's way the fuck down here, and it was something crazy, ridiculous. Bob, is this something that is piquing your interest?
Yes, because I believe it is Jericho, because here's the reality of life. The internet is controlled by trolls. Chris Jericho himself could very easily troll the internet. The wrestling media is so easily caught. Like, what's the latest rumor? Vince McMahon is conspiring with the Saudis to buy back the WWE. You see that everywhere now. It's all bullshit. You know it's bullshit. So if Jericho goes, hey, let's put out a little review saying I'm still under contract. It's frozen. He don't have to do it as himself. He could have people do it, and he has the connections, and then it spreads, and you're talking about it, we're talking about it, she's talking about it, he's talking about it. Boom. And then he shows up, and people go, oh, shit, I knew it was him. So predictable.
Yeah. Robbie?
Yeah, in a way, I am kind of interested in it, but I agree with you that, yes, we set the bar way up here, and we get the bar down here. But I am interested to see who it is.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. As dumb as it was.
Well, that's a first.
I swear to God, if it's the gobbledygook, just because of nostalgia, I'm going to pop. I'm going to yes, gobbledygook.
Yeah, but it's not Thanksgiving. If anything, it'd be the Easter Bunny because it's closer to Easter.
Fine, be the gobbledygook, fucking Easter. You know,
it's going to be the Easter Bunny. It's going to be the Easter Bunny dressed as Gobbledygook, wearing the Lasertron outfit. Get it? You get the connection. Hector Guerrero, he's a friend of ours. He's still alive. Comes to our Legends lunches.
Adam Pearce instructs the staff members to send the mysterious crate to Chicago for him and Nick Aldis to open it together. Next, Bob, you're going to hate me. You're going to completely disagree with everything about this, what I'm going to say. But we go to Liv Morgan and the Stephanie Baker segment. And what they do is they show us the video from last week with Stephanie speaking in her native tongue, Spanish. But then they show us what she's saying. And I'm reading this and I'm waiting for something terrible, so horrible that would break Liv Morgan down the way it did. Goddamn, Liv Morgan is weak if that's what all that made her cry. Because there wasn't nothing that was so terrible that she would just break down in tears. Bob, I'm going to start with you because I know that you're panting like a dog watching both Liv Morgan and Stephanie Baker in the segment.
She did have a nice outfit on, that Liv Morgan. Barely. Definitely improved anyway.
Maybe just a little bit. This was a little a little overboard with having her just break down and cry the way that she did?
Well, the problem is I didn't actually read what was said. So I don't know.
Bob has a problem. The Englewood school society back in the day just kind of got rid of people, so he didn't have to pass and he didn't have to learn how to read.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
If I was with Bob Cook during this segment reading this, I'd be like, Bob, the words down here, man. Words down here.
I'm one of those guys that doesn't know the difference between there, and your, and all that kind of stuff. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, look, we know Bob Cook. Superficial.
I'm like a politician. I'm a freaking idiot.
Well, Bob is superficial, and he appreciates pretty women. I get it. Yes. I get it. And for those who may get offended sometimes, well, this might.
Why do you think I started talking? Why do you think I started talking to Penelope Paradise 37 years ago?
You know what really surprises me about that, to be honest with you, is that you're able to say why you started talking to her 37 years. In other words, she's been putting up with you, a woman, putting up with a superficial one for 37 years.
No, wait. No, wait. 88. What's that? Is that 38 years? Holy crap, I'm old.
Again, she must be a saint. Robbie, did they go a little overboard with the whole? I mean, I was expecting that Stephanie said something, harsh.
Yeah, because now you're making Liv look weak,
right?
Like, wow, because I was reading too, and I was like, wow, that's what she got upset about. I mean,
but she didn't look weak because the end result was she was just playing her. She hit her, beat her up. Oh well.
We're going to let me build up, goddamn.
I'm sorry. I'm the director. I got my evil Knievel cane in my hand.
Look, we're in the orchestra. I'm directing.
Sorry.
Wait till we get there.
And don't be that guy with the tuba trying to play out of sorts.
Let's start the show from the
on that he's like building this up.
Let's delete the show.
This, Bob, that means come on.
Let's delete the show and start over.
Oh, it's too late for that. But we do finally get to the ring with Dom and Liv, and they announced that Liv is going to announce who she's going to wrestle at WrestleMania for the women, for the title. We see Jade come to the ring, and then we have Stephanie A.K.A. come to the ring, and Liv still looks torn up. She's still upset about what happened last week. So much so that she's kind of resting in Dom's arms a little bit. Dom being her man, trying to console her. Oh,
what a guy.
Then we have to question, was she really sad? Was she really weak? Or was Liv playing everybody as she went to whip the literal shit out of Stephanie A.K.A.? Do you guys remember at the end of that beatdown, Liv took that title and kind of slammed it on Stephanie? I swear to God, I don't know if Stephanie was really expecting that, because the facial expression when that title hit her really looked like, ow, little too hard, maybe. It made me laugh a little bit. I like this segment, believe it or not, because of exactly what I said. At first, I'm like, okay, this was crazy, over-exaggerated. Here she is playing this in the ring, and that's exactly what she did. She played this. I fell for it. She swerved me. I love when I get swerved. Robbie?
Swerved house.
It was a good segment, and what was real good is they didn't let Jade talk at all, so that was even better. So,
hey, so, did you notice she bedazzled her scar on her forehead?
No,
she bedazzled it.
I was happy. I was happy though.
She had that big gash she had on her head. She bedazzles the scar now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But no, it went over, and I noticed that too when she threw the title down.
Yeah.
Sometimes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking you might get a receipt at WrestleMania.
That's what I was wondering, Bob.
Well, I was going to say, sometimes in those moments you get carried away, like when Penelope Paradise bit Robbie's butt. He's still got the scars. Bite marks. We should get her to sign it next time. Penelope Paradise. was here.
No, but overall, what do you think of this segment? I mean, you're so ready to, jump ahead, roomy, guiding everything. So your thoughts on this segment?
I liked it. I could do without Dom. I just him chawing on that gum.
Bob
I am going to interrupt for a second.
Not only has the best punch in professional wrestling, but the man is the best at describing and telling about his feelings when it comes to these segments.
I will say this though: when they showed a close up on Dom, dude, the mustache got to go because that thing looked ratty ass.
Bob, this cane that you have, I'm interested. It looks like a pretty cool looking cane. Is that Evel Knievel?
Yes, and you can open it up and it has flasks in it that you can fill full of booze like the real Evel Knievel cane.
Nice. I have a really cool. I have to walk when I'm really having bad problems with my sciatica nerve because my back issues. I have to walk with a cane sometimes. And I have a really nice hand carved out of wood skull cane. Pretty cool looking. Next, guys, we go to, for myself, one of the worst segments of the night, one of the worst matches of the night. Natalya versus Maxine Dupree. Of course, Natalya wins via referee stoppage after slamming Dupree into the ring post, leaving her unable to continue. This is something else that is why I'm not liking this. We have not seen a full match of Natty, right? This new character. All of her matches are stopped, especially with Maxine Dupree. The first time as Natty, this new dominant character, it was stopped. I think it was double count out as she beat Maxine Dupree outside of the ring. And then last night, and again, it's not working, guys, for myself. There's no difference. Natty, Natalya, there's no difference in the character, in my opinion. She doesn't look any more badass at all. She looks like the great technical. I know you're not a big fan, Bob. I think she looks like a great technical wrestler, and that's exactly what she is. But as far as being this MMA style badass Ronda Rousey version of herself, not working, Bob. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I mean, those punches to her own forearm was just brutal. I can't imagine what her forearm did to her to deserve that. But my God, those just flailing punches to her. Oh my God, brutal, just brutal. I don't understand. Who knows what they're building? I think they're building to hopefully some kind of match between the two where they're actually going to let them go. And because if Natalya has really been working with Maxine and teaching her the way to go, it's going to be a great match where Maxine comes out on top. But I don't know. In the meantime, no one cares.
That could be it. Robbie, is this going to go all the way to WrestleMania?
Let's hope not. Here's my issue with it. Is you're like when Maxine came out, so like creative, whoever's behind part of this with creative and stuff, here comes Maxine. So now if you're in a feud and you're pissed off and I'm mad at you, I'm going to have that look on my face and I'm going to have like intensity. Here she comes out with a big smile on her face. She's playing to the crowd and stuff. You would think creative with it, many people that have been in the business as long as they have been. Hey, take this smile off your face. Let's put some intensity in this as we're going to the ring. Play the part. I mean, she's like, still got this happy-go-lucky going out, with Natalya, and especially what you're trying to build up to. You're not, she doesn't have that character to it. You would think you'd have more intensity to it.
Right. I agree. Let me get to the comments real quick, guys. Penelope Paradise says, when you sign the contract, you need to let somebody read it. That's more intelligent than you, like a lawyer. And it does say you have to fill 45 personal dates. You have 275 wrestling dates. I think she's talking about, we were talking about the Jericho thing. She also says the gobbly goop, that was crazy fucking gym I ever seen. And I truly think that if they went to the WWE, they made me go baby. Also, my buddy Josh Jacob says, first time watch KG, I like it. Josh, man, thank you, brother. I hope that you subscribed. Back to Penelope. She says that's what they try to do, frustrate you so that when they put her over, she'll be over and you be happy for her to be over. As she says, and there's not a man or woman or any professional roster that has the Bob Cook punch. And just understand that. So I don't think you have the right to talk about punches. Look, Bob Cook always brag. Matter of fact, me and my former co-host, he made a dumb comment that he thought Dustin Rhodes' punch was better than Bob. I said, absolutely not. Again, I was a big Bob Cook fan as a kid.
Dustin Rhodes will give me credit for helping him learn how to punch.
Yeah, there you go. Bob Cook is absolutely one of the best to tie up the boots. So is Robbie Idol. Next, guys, we go to Brock Lesnar. He returns. He appeals with Paul Heyman and announces an open challenge for WrestleMania 42. Heyman reminds everyone that Lesnar conquered the Undertaker streak, which means he took that spot. I want to go back to the beginning of the segment, by the way. When the vision came out with Paul Heyman, and why can't I remember that kid's name? Not Logan Paul.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. When Austin Theory was talking, instead of calling Paul Heyman his new title, whatever it is, the what does he go by now? It's
Oracle.
The
Oracle. What does that mean?
Did you guys notice that Austin Theory called him the wise man? Do you think that was a slip up?
Yes.
I do too. I was waiting for Paul Heyman to possibly correct him. Just something I caught a little bit. But I think that, so these are the rumors that it's going to be LA Knight that's going to step up to face Brock Lesnar. But then there's the other rumor that it's going to be Obafemi. Bob, if you were part of creative and you had to choose LA Knight or Oba, WrestleMania 42, Brock Lesnar, who would your pick be?
How old is Oba? Anybody know?
It has to be in his mid-20s.
Really?
Maybe early 30s. I'm not sure, but he's not that old.
Well, I would go with him because you're trying to build him as this monster star. And you've already diluted. I mean, LA Knight still gets his pops, but the guy's in his 40s. Nothing against the guy. He's in good shape and all that. But if you're trying to build this other guy to put it, but they get, who knows if they can, whatever they do, I don't know. But that'd be a better matchup, I think.
You hit on exactly what I was hoping you would. It would make no sense for them to go with LA Knight. I'll tell you why. So if LA Knight beats Brock Lesnar, what's the point of that, really? Because, again, LA Knight, he's older. In many ways, you can kind of say, he's soon going to be at that point of leaving the business. There's really no big gain. But if you have Brock Lesnar beat LA Knight at the same time, LA Knight's been taking so many L's, I think that you could hurt the character.
I think Brock again. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Obafemi, though, this is their opportunity. They're trying to build this man as that monster that Brock Lesnar is, which means that Brock Lesnar has to pass the torch. So it only makes sense for them to book Oba and to have Oba beat Braun Breaker. Robbie, we'll go to you to respond, and then Bob, we'll go back to you, my man.
Yeah, I mean, and again, nothing against LA Knight, but you're trying to push this kid and you've brought him up from NXT to, be the next big thing, one of the next big things and stuff. Like when they threw that open challenge out, I was waiting for Obafemi to come down and make the challenge. So, that's what I was thinking, but it didn't happen. So I'm like wondering, okay, are we waiting another?
I think they're waiting until this match between him and Rusev. I think Rusev's to be placed as this is Oba's toughest competitor, right? He's going to run through Rusev. I'm not sure if they're going to run through him. I don't foresee Rusev, them doing a squash match with Rusev. But nonetheless, he's going to beat Rusev. And I think that's where they're going to put him against Braun Breaker. Or at least in my head, I'm not creative. Again, I don't work for WWE. I'm just a fan. What the fuck do I know? Go ahead, Robbie.
But yeah, well, I mean, that would be the common sense thing to do. you know, but then again, you know, we've seen creative just do swerves and or do other things that just make no sense and go, why?
Right.
But that would be the ideal setup.
Yeah, Bob.
Didn't that almost guy wrestle Lesnar at WrestleMania, or was it something else? I don't remember.
The who?
I have almost, or what isn't his name?
Oh, almost did. Yeah, that was
I haven't watched enough of that Ova guy to see if he's any good. But if they have, you know, faith in him and putting him against Brock would be a lot less predictable, I think. People be like, I don't know who's going to win.
The problem with Ova for myself, for me to be able to say, yeah, he's really good, is this. I'm not seeing him in any match longer than a couple of minutes since he's been on the main roster. I don't watch NXT often enough to know what he did in NXT. Maybe Robbie can, but for myself, he's only been in the ring for a couple of minutes. You know, he looked at Saturday main event against Cody. He didn't look terrible, but again, that ended pretty quickly as well. So
I mean, at NXT though, I mean, he's had. I want to say I know him and Evans have gone for a little bit, and I want to say there might have been a triple threat with Trick. So it might have been the three of them in there, and it went, you know, for a while. So I mean, it went longer than what they've been doing with him. But I want to say it might have went like 20 minutes or whatever.
Now has Obafemi? I'm assuming he's taking a loss in NXT.
Yeah, because I think he lost to Evans.
Really?
One time, I think so. If I'm right, he dropped the belt to somebody, and then he wound up winning it back.
See, and this is my problem. And again, this is Kevin being Kevin, thinking way too deep for professional wrestling, but that's how my brain works, right? This is my problem with that, though. So you have Oba as this new monster on the main roster, running through, regardless of what you say, Bob Cook, two former, a tag team, you know, a tag team that was a former champion, ran through both of those guys like they were nothing. Been running through everyone like he was nothing. Nothing against Javon Evans. Very talented young man. Very, very talented. I think Javon Evans is going to be a massive star. But at the same time, Obafemi could break this kid like he's a twig. But yet you want me to believe that Obafemi's this monster that could beat tag team, you know, a team that has, you know, amongst other people? This is my problem with professional wrestling because I remember those things.
The 1-2-3 kid, the 1-2-3 kid beat Razor Ramon.
Yeah, but that's different.
It's
much different. Razor Ramon wasn't booked as a monster.
Yeah, but he was a monster. Guy was 6'5", 300 pounds. He was in awesome shape.
I mean,
and the kid was like, you know, maybe 180 pounds at that time.
You're right, but that's not the way he was booked. Oba is the guy that they have him kind of like their Goldberg in a way that he can't be beat right now. Robbie, do you get what I'm saying, man?
Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying. So what they're thinking is they're hoping one of two things.
We don't remember.
You don't remember or you didn't see it. So so those are the two things that they're hoping for.
And that's the big thing with professional wrestling. They a lot of times creative treat fans like we don't remember. And maybe regular fans don't. Again, I'm the guy that thinks too deeply when it comes to professional wrestling. I treat it the way I treat it, nonetheless. Next, guys, we go to Judgment Day tension. Finn Balor and Dominic have words. He tells Dominic, Dominic's like, where were you guys last week, man? You're the reason why I lost, right? Finn tells Dominic to grow up and to handle his own business against Penta next week without help. This is the problem with what they've been doing with Judgment Day. They've been teasing for almost a year now of this big, all this tension and problems with the group that has got to the point now that I don't even care. I'm not even paying attention. As a fan, I should be saying, oh shit, what's about to happen with these guys? But no, they've cried wolf way too many times, Bob.
Yeah, I have no interest.
Go ahead.
I have no interest in them or their group. I had some good news just given to me that I'm more interested in.
I'm scared to ask.
Oh, what
is it?
Tomorrow, the digital version of the tape I taped Dusty Rhodes against Terry Funk in 1989 at James L. Knight Center in Miami in a bunkhouse match, the only known footage of it, and Penelope Paradise against Wendy Richter the same night with my camcorder. It's not the greatest camcorder job, but no one's ever seen it, ever.
Wow,
it's the only known footage. Of course, I'm going to put it on YouTube. But a friend of mine sent it to somebody to have it digitally transferred, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube. Edit it, and I got rare pictures from the guy, one of the photographers from Ringside, sent to me to put into video. I want it to go viral because I want to make some money in the damn thing.
Well, please tag me in it so I can put it on my page.
Yes,
Robbie, you get what I'm saying? They've cried wolf with the storyline. Look, I know that us fans, and I'm included, 100%. I like slow storytelling, right? Long term a little bit, but this is a little too fucking long, and it's got to, kind of how whenever you're really hungry and you're looking for something to eat or where to eat, and it gets to the point that you're just not hungry no more. It's kind of where I'm at with the storyline.
Oh, I don't know if I do that.
Yeah, I mean, the build up with all of it, but the question is if they do break this up, you wonder. And I mean, you kind of wonder about where is McDonough going to wind up, though.
Hit the brakes.
Man,
micro championship wrestling has like a show, I think, right across from Hulk Hogan's shop in Tennessee. Sign up.
The kid's not that bad, so you wonder what are they going to do with him?
See, this is the problem. WWE wasted the door that opened when he first got injured, right? Fans really was pulling for him. When he came back, he got a massive pop. They should have rolled that. They should have turned him into a baby face, in my opinion. Again, I'm just a fan. I don't know. In my opinion, they should have rolled that wave. The fans were behind him then. That's when they should have turned him to a baby face. That's when he had momentum, but they didn't. They wasted it. Again, my opinion. Robbie, Bob, your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the fans were behind Hornswoggle at one point for not very long, though.
Robbie?
Yeah, I mean, I know Bob and I disagree. I mean, the kid's not that bad,
No, I agree.
So you've kind of put him in the back burner of, I mean, I get it because it's Finn, it's Dominic, but the kid's talented. So, and you could do some stuff with him. And yeah, definitely, they kind of just let it, now where he's kind of in that boat and nobody cares,
Right. I think that honestly, I think WWE made prejudice towards people with big heads.
Hulk Hogan had a big head, and the biggest star in the history of the business.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan also had big ass arms,
That's true.
Big height. Next, guys, we go to what I consider one of the best matches of the night: Javon Evans versus Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
When Javon Evans first came to the main roster, Robbie, you know it, I wasn't very impressed because he wasn't performing to my own expectations compared to what I've seen in NXT. And then all of a sudden, it's like everything just snapped into place. And now for the past few weeks, every single week that I see this young man, he's more and more impressive. He really is. Bob, I know you're pretty high on him. You talked about him on social media. What'd you think about this match?
I thought it was really good. I was actually concerned when he did that flip, which when they showed it in slow motion, I swear he like hovered for a second, like oh, and then land and like he tweaked his knee. I was hoping that it's got to be at work. Hopefully it was, because you're like, oh shoot, that's the last thing. A guy like that though, that's his problem. Not a problem, but that's the problem with a guy like that doing all that crap. Eventually, boom, 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 you're going to be hurt. You're going to get, and you come back and you get, like Seth Rollins, he comes back and starts getting,
right.
And he's just a young kid, right? Probably 21 or something.
Yeah, 21. Really young.
Crazy.
Really young. Yeah.
But he reminds me a little bit of the Velveteen Dream in the sense that he's just doing stuff that you go, holy crap, you didn't see it. And then hopefully he keeps his nose clean and his ego down and injury-free as much as he possibly can.
Yeah, this is going to be a loaded comment. People who, I know Robbie should probably disagree with me. You comparing Javon Evans to Velveteen Dream. I think that, look, Javon Evans definitely has charisma. I'm not saying that he doesn't. But Velveteen Dream, I think, was that one notch, over Javon Evans. I think Velveteen Dream had more charisma, and I think he was a little bit better.
Oh, I like the Dream. I like the Dream's character better, the way he would talk in third person and stuff, or what do they call that? And I don't particularly like Javon Evans over the top, just acting weird. But I know he's just doing what he's told, I would imagine. But and that hairdo, how does he work at that? It seems like he get in your way. It's like Booker T when he used to have that.
I honestly think that James. I don't think Evans has found himself yet. I don't, and that's pretty bold for someone that's only a fan to say. I think that when he does figure, he's young. That's what I base it on. I think that once a little bit of maturity hits and he does figure himself out, I think he's going to explode. I think Javon Evans and the other young man we were talking about, Trick Williams. I think that they're going to be the next two top massive stars for WWE. I think Trick, in my opinion, might go a little bit further than Javon Evans. I think Trick has the potential to be the next John Cena as far as, he's be the next Trick. He's nothing like John Cena, but I'm talking about as far as the heights that he's going to reach in professional wrestling. I think that, he's going to reach the a John Cena type level. Robbie?
What we say to that? Take that, MVP.
Yeah, I mean, well, because you disagreed with me. I mean, Trick has showed, promo wise, he's the complete package. As far as he can work, he can talk. Where Evans, you put a mic in him, he's still learning his way. But yeah, I think they'll be two of the biggest superstars that they've got, and if they're smart and they creative doesn't screw with them or whatever, they should go far. But yeah, during the match was good. I mean, when they showed him doing the moonsault, I mean, the height that the kid got on there was incredible. And then, when he hopefully it was a work that, that he didn't get hurt, because, you hate to see anybody get hurt, but with the moves he does and all that, you're adding a little bit extra risk there.
I'll be honest with you guys, and another guy's name I'm about to mention, he is a tag team wrestler, but I think he should be a singles. And I think that this could be a potential, for myself, a dream match to see Evans in, and that is Evans against Montel Ford. I think that'd be one hell of a match, those two guys together.
Yeah, I mean, because Ford's the talented one of that duo,
right?
So yeah, I think I mean, is Ford hurt or what's the deal? I mean, that he's not on.
As the one who has this podcast, I try to cover as much news as possible. I'm doing it by myself when it comes to that aspect of it. I should really know that answer. I don't. I'm going to look that up, though, to find out. I'm not sure why they've been out for so long. I don't think it's because of injury. I don't think it's anything they've done wrong either. I think it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard through the rumor mill that they're supposed to, like, when he comes back, he's supposed to get a massive push.
Yeah. We'll see. Bob, would you feel about that a potential match between Montel Ford and Evans? Do you think that could be a pretty big potential match?
No.
Really?
I think it'd be a good match, but I don't think it's something people go, oh, I got to tune in to see this one. But speaking about that Trick Williams guy, I just saw him on a local news program talking about the SmackDown show. I guess it's going to be in like Louisville, Kentucky this week or something.
Yeah.
He comes across very well spoken. He's got a good look. He's good looking. He dresses like almost like a pimp sort of, but he looks cool. He stands out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Terry, no, another WWF guy used to wrestle for WWF.
Who?
He said Terry Zeller.
It's a joke. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. He wants me to tag the video that you can put on social media. He said he says tag me and I'll repost also. So I'll repost it so we can get that going out there. Next, guys, CM Punk promo. Believe it or not, no CM Punk, but just
brutal.
It didn't do anything. He says that he will not wait until WrestleMania to fight Roman Reigns. If necessary, it promises to confront him next week while also hyping his upcoming title defense against Balor. I'll be honest with you. I think, and I noticed this last night, and I've noticed this throughout since this feud has started between Roman and CM Punk. I think the only place that CM Punk is going to get cheered over Roman Reigns is Chicago. Other than that, fans are solidly behind Roman Reigns over CM Punk, which is surprising to me. I thought maybe it would be CM Punk. But he tried to play it. How many times are we going to do the storyline of I'm here, he's not here? We've seen it so many times that it's old. That is why I don't think I'm as invested in this storyline as I should be. Two major stars like CM Punk, Roman Reigns. It's the same tired ass storyline. You've seen John Cena, The Rock. You've seen Hulk Hogan, The Rock do it. I mean, you've seen so many people do it. Bob?
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid in the sense that Roman Reigns is probably the highest paid guy they got, and he has the best deal. Let's all feel sorry for him. I mean, come on. Yeah. Every wrestler wants what Roman has. Not every wrestler don't want to be at the show every week. They want to get paid a lot of money and work, whatever they that's what I'm trying to say. Roman's got the best deal in wrestling, and I know Punk's just doing what he's told, but it doesn't make him look like something special. I'm here every week. Yeah, well, Roman's home playing with his kids like you wish you were. Well, he don't have kids, but whatever.
Yeah. He also part of this promo, also talked about him against Finn Balor this coming Saturday at Elimination Chamber, which this is such a waste of a match in a way because goddamn well, WWE is not going to do anything to take away the CM Punk Roman Reigns WrestleMania 42. Which means that Finn Balor's not going over.
Well,
although I could be wrong, that'd be a massive swerve. Massive swerve. Robbie?
Yeah, I mean, and I'll probably catch some flack for this as far as like Elimination Chamber goes. I could care less about the Finn CM Punk match. I really care less. It doesn't wow me. I'm not looking forward to it. Would be like you if, hey, we put Finn Balor over and let's put Finn against Roman at WrestleMania. That would be a shocker. It would be something different.
Now, is that why maybe you don't really care about this match? Is because you potentially know the outcome? Because I'll be honest with you, if say this match was happening, we did have an upcoming CM Punk Roman Reigns WrestleMania, I'd probably be more invested in this Finn Balor CM Punk match just because I'm like, oh man. Are they going to finally put that title back on Finn Balor?
Yeah, because they had a good match over there, so I can't say they didn't have a good match. Yeah, if you knew it wasn't WrestleMania and it's headline Punk and Roman, yeah. So you kind of know the outcome, Yeah, I doubt you're getting swerved.
Right, Bob. What about you, man? Does this knowing that more than likely the outcome of this match, Finn's not going to go over, does this make you less invested in it?
No, because I don't care who wins or loses matches. I just want a good match, and I don't want no one to get hurt. Like if CM Punk got hurt, that would screw up WrestleMania huge because I actually want to see CM Punk against Roman Reigns because CM Punk has always wanted that main event match one-on-one with somebody. He's getting it. I don't think they would take that away from him because that'd be almost like dangling the carrot and going,
Let's hope. What I was going to say next is this. If we're going to have CM Punk against Roman Reigns WrestleMania, let this be CM Punk against Roman Reigns, right? Let him have his main event finally I know he had last year, but it was different. Let's have that 101. I really hope they don't merge the storylines together and interject Finn Balor and make it a three-way. I really hope that's not what's going to happen. And that's my concern right now.
What'll probably happen is someone in a Judgment Day is going to cost Balor the match, and then Balor will turn babyface, and he'll face whoever costs him the match at WrestleMania. I don't know. That's the Demon.
That's where my head's at as well. I'm wondering, are we going to see Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom for Dirty Dom?
No.
You know, at WrestleMania, you don't think so? Why wouldn't we? Because if anyone
he's a champion. Holy crap!
It would be Dominic.
Yeah, okay, put him in there. Whatever. Maybe Dom will put on his working boots, seeing it's WrestleMania. He won't play lazy pants.
It won't be McDonough that's going to cost Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. It would be Dom. That's all going to make sense. This is why they're starting what we've seen last night.
Well, that'd be good. Then you have him win the title at Mania. Yeah. As the Demon.
Right. Robbie?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to do that. I mean, make a lot of sense. And there's you get a title back, you get you're at your WrestleMania moment and everything. So
now the question is this happens, will we finally fucking be done with this whole Judgment Day shit they've been dragging on for a year? Or would they still keep the Judgment Day, add another fucking member?
No,
but they could keep Judgment Day and just run with McDonough, Dominic, Liv, and Raquel. And then I guess Roxanne when she comes back.
Yeah.
No, you get the WrestleMania pink slips out after WrestleMania.
Well, because that's my
disband the Judgment Day. Like disband the Horsemen, disband the Judgment Day.
But
send them packing.
Do you think, how interesting would there be, Bob, I know your answer, Robbie, Liv Morgan without Dom, right? Because look, let's be honest. It doesn't matter how much you guys don't like Dom. The fact of the matter is that Liv's career exploded when they put her in that storyline and then end up having her betray Rhea Ripley and then put her with Dominic Mysterio. That's when her career exploded, like it or not, Robbie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against Dom. I think he's talented, and I have nothing against him. I think Liv would be better off on her own, though. I think after all this time that you've had her with Dom and all that, I mean, if the storylines play out like we've seen what happened last night, Stephanie's still your champion after Mania.
Yeah.
So, then you got, but I mean, you look at how they've played storylines before. Usually when people get the upper hand during this thing, but they'll do some more stuff before Mania, so who knows where Stephanie will come out on top with, over Liv or whatever. But if they kind of ended how they ended it last night, Steph's going to still be your champ.
Yeah. Bob, I mean,
well, I think
let me ask you this question. I know that you would think that the fans would stay with Liv even without Dom just because of her obviously her looks, stuff like that. But before they put her with Dom, right? Before her career exploded because of that storyline, she still had those same looks, and the fans still really weren't grasping onto her until then. So the question is, you rip them apart, she goes her own. You think the fans are still going to be how they are right now if they do that?
It probably depends on how they make her project herself, babyface, heel, whatever. But I would like to say that Dom's wife would probably appreciate them splitting them up because speaking from personal experience, having a good-looking woman come to the ring with you and travel around with you by the name of Penelope Paradise, I know how wives react to that, especially when you call them drunk at 4 a.m. and ask for Kim, and it's my wife who answered. Those things cause trouble. I'm telling you.
I can tell you that I have a beautiful. My wife is breathtaking. She's beautiful, and even my wife has seen a segment with Dom and my mom went blank.
Oh, Liv?
Liv, thank you. Dom and Liv. Earlier on, right, where they were kind of out there a little bit. Liv was licking Dom. My wife even looked at me and she was like, job or no job, that's too far. I wouldn't be okay with that. So you're probably right, Bob. I'm sure Dom's wife would probably be like, yeah, I'm glad that happened. So out of the Judgment Day, they broke them up. Obviously, I think Dom's career would move forward still. More than likely, Liv would too. Raquel should be what I'd be concerned about. I think Perez would be fine. And I think McDonough would be another one that I worry about. Or Robbie, am I off basis here? No, they're all fine. Because you can say, well, it depends on creative. But look, there's been storylines before that's been fine that the fans just for whatever reason didn't latch on to that person.
Right. No, I mean, and we haven't talked about McDonough, but yeah, I could see, something, him being one of those guys you'd worry about. Raquel, we've kind of talked about her. She just needs to go away and get repackaged or go to another company. She's kind of played out right now.
Right. Well, let me ask you this.
Let me just read this comments real quick. Terry says Ford and Rockets have been working at NXT level events, and he says Dom will start dating Stephanie. Go ahead, Bob.
But when you said you were worried about McDonough, whatever the hell his name is, you'll be like tossing and turning in bed.
No, not
what's wrong with you? I'm just worried this guy's going to be out of.
It's just an expression. Like if I was concerned about which careers would still be fine versus who was. I don't want no one's career to suffer or anything. I may not be invested in JD or even in Raquel, right? Because of my own personal taste or whatnot. It doesn't mean I want to see them fail. I want to see everybody be successful. So it's just an expression, if I would be thinking about any career, or how well they would do, it would be those two. It really would. I just don't think, especially Raquel, I don't think the fans are invested in her for whatever reason.
Well, that's the way the business goes. Some people are over, some people aren't. Some people get over, some people never do. Look at Robbie Idol.
And you know what's funny about that? You take someone like Raquel, where you can say the fans really aren't invested, and you put her into, say, like AEW, and you never know, the fans will go nuts and absolutely love her. It's so strange because you would think the same fans that watch AEW also watches WWE.
You would think.
It's strange.
Let's swap Raquel with Megan, and then bring Penelope with Megan, and they can just keep Raquel.
Man, please. I think WWE would WWE-nize Megan Bain and completely ruin her.
No.
In my opinion.
Yep. I totally agree.
No. She'd at least get a really cool Mattel action figure.
Maybe. But I can also see WWE taking Megan Bain and using her to make Jade Cargill look even better by having Jade Cargill literally just wipe Megan's ass all over the ring.
That's a weird thing to say.
I mean, Robbie, do you disagree?
No, I could. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing on Jade, and Bob can disagree with me, and he'll definitely disagree when I open this. When I say this, okay, nothing. Jade's physique is great. As far as her work, her promos, they're horrible. And I think WWE missed the boat, and they know it, so they're trying to do anything they can to save face here with Jade Cargill.
And by the way, fans, I want to remind you that Robbie Idol and Bob Cook are two professional wrestlers in the business. They're not just fans saying a professional wrestler is horrible. I just want to put that out there because I try not to go there. I don't have the right to. So if these two do, go ahead, Robbie.
My opinion, okay? It's my opinion, and the wrestling business is all opinions, so I'm allowed to have my opinion.
Well, opinion or not, you know, your criticism is much. It's a lot. It's more what's the word? More legit than mine. I'm nobody. I'm a fan, right? I'm an armchair guy, basically. You work in the business, so you see things that obviously I wouldn't even see, and so does Bob. So it's why I want to put that out there.
Okay, but her promos are brutal. I mean, the less they let her talk, the better they are. But as far as you can see, she's just not up to the standard of a lot of the other girls are. And I think WWE kind of knew that. I mean, they grabbed her, you know, she was this big fish in a little pond in AEW, and now she's a little fish in a big pond. And, you know.
But let me play devil's advocate real quick, and then let Bob respond to this. You're talking about Jade Cargill. We're talking about also Megan Bayne. And I can't believe I'm going to even say this. But let's just be honest. Jade Cargill, she has more of that it factor, that character, that, you know, than what Megan Bayne does. She does. She has that more of that, the it factor. Than what
if you're talking those two, I'll give you that. Yeah, she definitely, you know, better. She has a better physique.
She's more charismatic.
More, but she's also like more chiseled than Megan. You know, Megan's just kind of like, not saying she has a bad physique. She's just big. She's like one of those, you know, like a larger girl. Not meaning it in a bad sense. She's just larger. Where you know, Megan, if she maybe put the time in the gym a little bit more, maybe diet-wise, whatever, could look like a Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even remember one promo that Megan Bayne has even cut that made me remember it, Bob.
But whose fault is that, though?
Well, I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying if we're comparing the two, I
think they both have
on the mic because I can't remember Megan Bayne actually cutting promos.
I think they both have the it factor in their own way. They both stand out. They're not 5'2", they're not 110 pounds. You know, they're not AJ Lee, and she's got her spot. But I'm talking about they stand out. They walk to an airport, they stand out. They go, "Who's that?" "Oh, that's Megan Bayne from the WWE." I see how I said that from WWE. Yeah. That's Jade Cargill. Holy crap! They stand out.
But let me ask you this, Bob. You own your own promotion.
Do I?
You know, let's say that. And
it's not doing very well.
You are signing talent, and you're looking, you know, but you can only choose Megan Bayne, Jade Cargill. Remove looks off of talent, charisma. Who works best in the ring? Who are you signing?
Megan.
Wow. Robbie?
Jade.
You said who works best in a ring. When the bell rings, Megan does better than Jade.
See, and
but she's also
just based upon the tag team matches I've seen recently, right? With Ford. Jade
Ford
to me is just a notch better. But again, I think it's because Megan Bayne is not a tag team wrestler. She needs to be a singles wrestler, in my opinion. I think that they're messing up on AEW by putting her in a tag team. I really do.
Here's your homework for tonight.
Yeah.
Watch Megan Bayne stuff on the indie circuit. Watch her stuff from Japan.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, and then go. Bob's an idiot. He don't know what he's talking about. He just wasted 3 hours. And that's the rib.
But you could say, okay, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you, Bob. So we can say that with like Chelsea Green. Go watch Chelsea Green and you know, I mean, so it goes to it a lot of everybody else. And then when you get to a certain company, I'm gonna stand behind KG on this one. Get WWE nice, you know. So it depends on your company and everything else, but you would think you would take that person and try to, say, okay, let's make this person one of our big stars.
Well, let me say this. I would just love Megan Bayne to get the opportunity to see what they could do with her in WWE, because they're obviously not handling her perfectly in AEW, even though they're grooming her right now, I think, to win the championship from the fat girl. I mean, the sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But from the other girl.
Yeah, Willow.
Edit that out. You can't control yourself. Isn't her name Willow?
No. Yeah, Willow Nightingale.
Well, that's the TBS championship, though, because
it's still a championship. No. Who is their champion now? They got so many.
Tekla.
Well, what the hell championship does Mercedes and Monet hold?
She had the.
She has what Willow had.
Oh, holy crap! Can't keep track of this stuff.
Yeah, but Monet had what, 20 belts at one time?
She had too many. And before we get to, I guess, the main event with WWE, they once again going to Powerhouse Hobbs. They showed a video package of Powerhouse Hobbs still on Stephanie Mann's podcast. And man, they're really kind of pushing the whole I grew up not so fortunate, and because of my hard work, I kind of gotten where I've gotten to type thing. Man, what are they doing with Powerhouse Hobbs or whatever his name is, Reigns or Keys or whatever, right? What are they gonna do with this guy? Because they showed a Royal Rumble and then nothing except for video packages.
Well, they're busy WWE-izing them, or whatever you guys call it.
Yeah.
On dark matches on the shows, and then they're gonna go, "Oh, he's finally one of us. Put him on the show."
Yeah, as I think I think it was Michael that told us this. Guy's been on one of WWE's shows that people don't watch. What was it, Saturday night?
What, main event or something?
Or main event, something like that. Not Saturday night main event. That
no, I know, yeah.
But I'm talking like just main event or something like that. I mean, that doesn't. That's starting very good.
Yeah, I mean, it was some show that I didn't even know existed.
Right.
TWA?
No, there's show that it exists in WWE, but didn't know it existed in WWE.
Well, you know what? Like
it would have been shows, Bob, that if they were going to push us at this point of our career, we would have been on it. Nobody would have known us back then either. So.
Hey, I wouldn't care as long as I got money.
Right? Well, like I said, when I found out Hobbs was signing with WWE, I said it. I think that was a mistake. But like it was pointed out, and I agree, sometimes the money aspect or even being pushed correctly is not what you're thinking about. It's having WWE on your resume, right? So I don't know. I hope that they use Power Hobbs correctly and we see him soon.
How old is he?
Next we go to the main event. Finally, we see AJ Styles comes out. He cuts a beautiful promo talking about his career. And he talks about he's done everything. This was one of the greatest things they said. When he talked about how he's done everything except one thing. And that was being a full-time dad. It made sense. He made it make sense. Talking about why he didn't lay the gloves down in Saudi at the Royal Rumble. He wanted to bring him home, which was Georgia. He laid his vest and his gloves down. Very emotional promo. And then the Undertaker returns. Lights go out. We hear like dong. Fans go nuts. Undertaker came out as the American Badass last night. Kid Rock song playing on his Harley. I think it was Harley. Gets into the ring and says, AJ, there's his old saying. And it goes like this. But I added my own words to it. And ultimately what it led to was the Undertaker telling AJ Styles that he will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026. Bob, your thoughts on the promo, your thoughts on AJ making it all make sense of why he didn't lay the gloves down in Saudi Arabia and how he waited to do it in Georgia. And then he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I thought it was great, and I also would like to know, even though we probably will never really know, if AJ knew ahead of time that was going to happen, if it was a genuine surprise,
Right.
which would be cooler. Because it, like when they did that for Triple H, the rumor is that it was a genuine surprise, and same with Stephanie. Who really knows? But it'd be really cool if that was kept between just like Triple H and Taker, and they say, "Hey, let's do this," and I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a great segment, and I saw some people complain like, "Oh, they should have done it the night after he retired." It's like, shut up! They knew, they booked the shows months in advance. They knew they were going to be in Georgia, in Atlanta, not far from where he's from. It makes much more sense,
Right.
Idiots.
Yeah, I agree. There's people that's just going to bitch regardless. And, as far as you asking whether or not, it's truly a surprise or all these people don't know, I don't know. In my brain, I'm going to follow it under it's a surprise. And I'm going to leave it there.
That's like David Copperfield made the tiger disappear. He made the tiger disappear.
Right. 100%.
No questions asked.
Yep. Robbie?
No, a great segment. I mean, and I would think I think it was probably kept between like a few people about him getting put in. And I mean, like, I can't believe that I guess you can believe it, but if you guys saying that there's people bitching about, till he waited. I mean, how cool is that he got to do it? He said it was like 45 minutes from where he grew up. I mean, how cool is that? And you had your family and everything there.
Right.
I mean, how can you bitch about that? I mean, when he said what he did, that made complete sense. And I thought, wow, how cool that you would not lay your gloves down overseas, and you kept it, and you knew, okay, yeah, I mean, yes, shows are booked in advance and stuff, but you knew you were coming like 45 minutes from your home, and you get to, say, hey, this is where I'm, you get to, not make your final speech, but you get to kind of retire there too, and now you get to put your stuff at home, you know.
One thing, I've never seen AJ Styles' wife before. I never realized how little she was. She's a tiny little thing. And AJ Styles isn't a very tall man, I don't think. And she's so tiny, she made him look tall. She's a little bitty thing. Go ahead, Bob.
But I mean, but at the end, like him in there, when they announced him at the Hall of Fame, to share that moment with your kids and your wife.
Yeah, I agree. Bob?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I have a really good story from Gainesville, Florida, but it will remain silent to protect the guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Now, I seen a picture of the class of 2026, and John Cena was on there, and that had to be something that was just added or made up. This they covered WWE. It was just on social media floating out there. I don't think they've announced John Cena in getting inducted. Or
they've only announced two, Stephanie and AJ, as far as I know.
Well, and the Undertaker's wife.
Oh, that's right.
Michelle McCool.
So they have no real headliner. I mean, Stephanie can't be the headliner.
Right. Well, I have to believe that it would be. Also, The Rock was in his picture as well. And I'm like, I don't.
Well, you can't do The Rock and Cena the same year. That's wasting.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, depending on who else is going in, if not, your headliner's going to be AJ.
AJ. Yeah. And shouldn't it be AJ, though? Or do you think, no?
No.
We could do a John Cena or a Rock. Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Robbie?
I don't have an issue with AJ. I mean, I don't have an issue with him being the headliner.
Right. I agree.
Well, I don't have
Go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say, I don't have an issue with it, but it is kind of a, for the headliner. I mean, one year you had Taker and you have AJ. I don't know.
I don't think there will be anybody ever, as far as the headliner for the Hall of Fame, as far as presentation goes, bigger than The Undertaker. I think he was the first guy we've literally seen be such a big headliner. They gave him, an hour and a half? And I mean, it was like going to an Undertaker show. You know, one man show.
I don't know.
Really
I think The Rock would be huge. Yeah, I was at the Hall of Fame in Orlando when Ric Flair got inducted and The Rock inducted his father. And The Rock went on for like an hour. It's fantastic. And Flair was entertaining as all hell. So I think The Rock would be huge.
Let me ask you this then, Bob. I didn't know you went there. Let me ask you this question. I'm assuming that those tickets are extra. In other words, you can buy tickets to go to WrestleMania. That's not the Hall of Fame's not included, right?
No. And I don't remember how much the tickets were. I think it was the WrestleMania Flair retired on, to be honest with you. Was it like 2004? Not 2000, 2008. Something.
2008. Yeah. You know, I talked about watching. I've been going back and watching a lot of the WrestleManias. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of miss it being one night. It's a different feel. It really is. You know, and I'm not saying that they should go back to it. I'm just saying, you know, I never really thought about it before. If I prefer 2 nights or one night, I think I might prefer the one night thing. Just different feel for it.
Yeah, but then you got that double-edged sword now with all those people on the roster that are waiting for WrestleMania. You have a one night, then you get what's it going to last 6 hours? People complain if it lasts 4 hours because I've never understood that. I swear, especially now with the pay-per-views costing a little bit more. It's like, how could you complain a show ran long? Right. What are you going to do that extra hour that it would have went earlier? I mean, what are you going to stare and sit and do something? So shut up and watch the show.
Look, you can literally have someone handing out $1 million check to every single fan that walks into a wrestling show, and I swear to you, you're going to have a percentage that's going to bitch about something.
Oh, they'll be like, I got to pay taxes on this too? Well, shit.
Right.
Well, that's like people who win the lottery, or they say, well, you know, if you win the lottery, you got to pay taxes. Oh, let me think. Taxes on 10 million. I'll pay the taxes, you idiots.
Right. But guys, overall, I will give, you know what, because of the ending and because it was AJ Styles' farewell speech in many ways on Monday Night Raw, on a televised wrestling event, besides what it's going to be at the Hall of Fame, I'm going to give this a good solid B+. Robbie?
Give it a B. Give it a B.
You son of a bitch. Bob?
I'm going to give it a B- just to be different.
Wow. You're an asshole tonight of the three.
Tonight, like every night that he's on, or if you know him in person, that he's not an asshole every time around him.
Watch yourself. I'm going to call Penelope and tell her to get those teeth ready.
And I can go there, and I say this in a loving manner, Bob. I have known you for 40 plus years, and I don't know that when you weren't an asshole.
Damn. I'm not the one who started that fight the first night we met Penelope at the pizza place.
Yeah, and Robbie, you're kind of the asshole that attacked, Evil Knievel for no reason.
Oh,
that
I actually just said that because I thought it was funny.
Guys, tomorrow night I'm going to have Bob Johnson and Ross Hart live 8 p.m. Central. YouTube, Facebook, looking forward to that. And then don't forget on the 27th, part 2 of the interview for me and Gator McGraw or Mike Kinney. I check out part 1, really incredible interview that I did with him. Also coming up on March 2nd, Melody Koloff, the granddaughter of Ivan Koloff.
Oh.
And on the 7th, Heather Lynn. She is a valet and announcer for professional wrestling and in the MMA sports. She's going to be on. Looking forward to that interview. She's had a pretty incredible life. Robbie, anything happening, my man? I know you have a match coming up.
Yes. But before we go to whatever I'm pushing there, when you do speak to Ivan's granddaughter, just tell her I got to work with him, and I thought he locked inside the ring, outside the ring, just as a person, what a class act he was. Just a wonderful man. Just a great guy. We used to call him Uncle Ivan. So he was just a class act. Can't say enough good things about him. So coming up, I've got a podcast that should be out hopefully next week that I did Wrestling with Heart. So that's coming out. Look for that. Got a match coming May 9th at the Twisted Fork at May 9th at 2:30 in the afternoon. So come out there, see it. Bob might be there. He'll sign pictures and autographs if he's there, and he'll show you what an asshole he can be in real life. And if you go to ProWrestlingT-shirt.com, there's some Robbie Idol and T-shirts and a Robbie Idol and Rick Ryder T-shirt from way back in the day when we both had hair. And
maybe you guys will knife to Bob Cook. Maybe he'll hit you in the head with his evil cane.
With pleasure. No, but it's not Pro Wrestling Tees. It's tpublic.com.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Bob, anything going on your way?
Well, let's see. April 4th, Jacksonville, Florida, Champ 7 Pro Wrestling. Penelope Paradise, my beautiful friend Delicious D, both getting inducted into their Hall of Fame. And I'll be there along with Brian Blair, the Cuban Assassin. I think Jerry Briscoe doing some type of a question and answer on the history of championship wrestling from Florida. Although I probably shouldn't have said any of that because I don't think it's been made public yet. I'm a fool.
You heard it first. I get you about wrong, a Pro Wrestling Podcast. Bob also has some T-shirts that he sells. I actually have one.
Oh,
shirt, nice and comfortable.
No, those are at ProWrestlingTees.com.
There you go, guys. And also don't forget about Robbie Idol's book, Looking Up at the Lights. It's a great read. You can find that on Kindle, right?
Yes, Amazon Kindle.
Yeah, Amazon Kindle. Guys, until then, again, don't forget tomorrow, 8 p.m. Citro. I will be sitting down with Bob Johnson and Ross Hart. It's going to be a great interview. And then on Thursday night, we're going to be doing a recap of AEW Dynamite. Did we like it? Did we love it? Did we just think it was okay? Who knows? Find out. And don't forget, you don't need to pay some stupid super chat to be part of the show. We love the comments. Tell us what you thought about whatever show we're discussing. You know, if we're discussing Raw, AEW, SmackDown, let us know if you thought the show was great, terrible, if you liked it, if you loved it. Again, no super chat here. We'll just put it up on the screen. Until then, you all have a great night.
Good night, guys.